This is so sentimental sounding. He's been with us since the beginning. We started our show on Cardinals opening day. McGraw Milhaven has been joining News 11 at noon twice a week. There you are, McGraw. A few months ago, he popped the question, you have a fiancé. And now he wants to make sure that he's a well-groomed groom. And he became a member of Team Charles and decided to join up, and he's been doing great. You lost. Dun-dun-dun-dun.
Who's that fat guy? That guy's a fat slob, that guy.
That's you, McGraw.
Those pictures, those pictures are last summer. I've lost, as of a week ago, was our 3-month.
Conclusion of 12 weeks, yeah.
And I did 52 pounds.
52 pounds in 3 months.
Yeah, 52 pounds on his scale.
I thought it was 55. Forget it.
Oh, yeah, that's not worth it. But no, thanks to Team Charles and thanks to you on a chance meeting. I'd heard about him before. Deb Peterson told me about him, and I heard a couple other people talk about him. But on a chance meeting, he was walking in, I was walking out. I begged him, please help me. I can't help myself as I was going to, the fast food chains. And, he said, I'll give you a shot, but, don't mess up. And, here I am.
Charles D'Angelo. And so you work with people and you call it Team Charles, and people come to you to lose weight because you know all about losing weight.
Well, being 360 pounds, I know what it takes to lose the type of weight that McGraw wanted to lose. Of course, I was morbidly overweight. He has, 50 to 65 pounds he wanted to lose. But it takes a lot of commitment. I mean, you can testify to that it's not necessarily easy. McGraw's now working out 6 days a week, one more than what I need him to, overachiever. And he's doing the Steramil, he's doing the treadmill, he's eating the right foods consistently. So McGraw and I, we were kind of debating whether or not it was going to be a good fit. When he first came to me, I said, I'll give you 2 weeks, we'll see how you do. I don't want to have you come on board and spend money and take time of yours and mine if you really can't follow through with it. And he says, I'll do it. You just give me a chance, Charles. So we went through it, and he did it.
Well, you mean you were doubting whether or not he could commit?
Well, you know me. You were doubting, too.
It wasn't necessarily I was doubting him, but you have to be really, really serious. A person has to be at a point where they're ready to make it a must. It is not easy to go to different events like he goes to or be out at sporting things and public areas where there's all sorts of food and unhealthy things, and you stick to only what you're supposed to do.
I was kind of on lockdown this summer because it was hard to go places. And when you started this,
right,
you really had to stay disciplined. But what an inspiration to someone. We've lost 35, 50 pounds, whatever, almost 85 pounds between the two.
Combined, sure.
But there are people who need to lose that, like you did. And what an inspiration! I mean, you lost 160 pounds, so you are so hopeful for people that have to do that.
Well, there's no question that anybody can lose the weight. The question is, are you ready to get yourself up to the point where you're going to wake up every morning, make exercise a must, and make eating right a must? And the whole point of this week, day after day, showing different people like McGraw who have lost a lot of weight is to remind people that all of this is possible. He didn't take any magical pill. He didn't do any specific magical diet. He's eating all real foods that he buys at the grocery store. This isn't something where it's pre-packaged or something that you have to drink shakes 7 times a day. You just eat right and you exercise.
Well, here's the funny thing about it is, and you get this too, people notice you losing weight and they say, boy, how'd you do it? What diet are you on?
Right.
And I would say, it's this really weird new diet.
Right.
Exercise more and eat right. And they're, wow, I've never heard of that one before. And it's almost, we have conditioned ourselves to, what's the latest fad? How can I do this quick?
Short, quick,
let
fast.
me stick electrodes on my arm and I'll lose 20 pounds overnight. I mean, it doesn't work that way. And when you have somebody like Charles as your nutrition coach, who you're talking to him, you're like, you know what, I broke down Christmas Eve. I had to have, fried chicken. Or, you know what, I did good. Or it really helps. You have to be focused. You have to be laser focused. A lot of people don't understand that. And it's, socially, it's really hard to go out and say, thank you, but no thank you, I'm fine. Society has a hard time accepting you not eating what they shove in your face.
But by the same token, it's easy not to let that get shoved in your face. You can always say thank you and then not eat it. I mean,
but
sometimes that's an excuse.
But also people want you to eat it, whether you want to eat it or not.
And drink it.
But you can act like you did and not do it. And I think that is the plus about this particular plan, is you don't have to think very much about what you're going to eat.
Yeah, that's good for me.
I mean, with him, he has all of his meals already planned out. He's on the radio all morning, so he has to have things that are accessible. They work. Same with you.
Right.
I mean, you guys have things that just work for you. As long as people find a set of foods they're happy with, that works with their lifestyle, and they can be consistent, consistency is the key.
Okay, and finally, because we don't have a lot of time, who will be here tomorrow?
Tomorrow is Rex Beckham. What a story. He started at 275 pounds just 4 months ago. He's lost over 75 pounds and is off of all of his medications.
Oh, that's awesome.
Wait a minute. He lost more than me?
He certainly did.
So he worked harder than I did.
And he's older than you, too. So what's that
That's
say?
lame. I thought I was the hardest working guy in town.
Okay, enough about you. Well, thanks, Charles and McGraw. We'll be back tomorrow, as you just mentioned, with another inspirational story. McGraw will be back on Thursday, as always. Well, more